Hi guys, having some Swedish fish for today's pre-workout carbs. I like to have high GI carbs, so pretty much sugar before I train and also while I'm training. So 30 grams pre and then 30 grams intra. So 30 grams of carbs from these is around about 14 pieces. So 16 pieces per serve, and that gives me 36 carbohydrates. So I'm going to have 14 pieces. Having some of that bang pre-workout today. My boy Justin got me onto these last week. So they actually have in each can 300 milligrams of caffeine. There's some creatine and BCAAs in there as well. So this flavor is the Star Blast. I haven't tried it yet, but gonna have that as today's pre-workout. The greatest thing ever, having the whole gym to yourself. Got a big chest, back and bicep day today, and I'm fucking pumped. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the video so far. I'm going to be doing a commentary over these training clips just to go into a bit more detail about this session and also what I try and think about and some of the techniques I utilize when I'm training inside a hotel gym. If there's exercises that I can't do because of not having enough equipment or the weight's not heavy enough or whatnot, so I'm going to go through those in this video. But first exercise of the session was meant to be an incline barbell chest press. So instead I use this machine here, 3 sets of 8, and then I finish with a drop set of another 8 reps at a lighter weight after that third set. But I really did like this machine. The activation in my chest was awesome, probably better than what it actually is with a barbell anyway. So really liking that machine. The second exercise was a row, standing or seated row. So I actually did 2 sets of each. I did 2 sets standing and 2 sets seated. I got 2 of the standing sets on camera here, and the third one, the third set was seated, and then the fourth one I didn't get. But as you can see here, this is probably my favorite variation of a seated row. So I've got my feet together, I'm leaning forward, but I'm keeping my shoulder blades retracted, getting that big stretch at the top of each rep, and then contracting as hard as I can as I pull in, and really relaxing the thumb and just thinking about pulling with the elbow. The good thing about that exercise as well, because of that forward angle, you actually get a bigger stretch on the lat, and when you contract, you're not putting any pressure through the anterior part of your shoulder. So definitely give that a go. The third exercise was meant to be a decline barbell press, but instead I did a flat bench dumbbell press. Now this was around about 30 kilos, I think. I think that was just over 60 pounds. If I remember correctly. So what I did is I increased the reps a little bit. I was meant to do 3 sets of 12. I did sets of 15, and the last 3 reps I slowed the reps down, or the eccentric phase down to 5 seconds on the way down. Now the first set was relatively comfortable, but then it got extremely hard just because of that increased time under tension. So that just made up for the fact that I wasn't using as much weight as what I would be if I was in the gym. Now second back exercise, I did a lat pull down. What we did here was 3 sets of 12 with a drop set. 3 sets with a drop set. So the first set was 12 reps, second set was 10, the third set was 8, and then after the third set, what I did was another 8 reps straight after my set of 8, and then a set of 6 reps on that last one. So it's a bit of a killer here. I actually did like this machine as well. The bottom part of the rep was probably the best part. The top was a little bit outside of my range that I would usually work in, just in terms of where I would have the bar. It was a little bit too far forward, so the initial part of the rep didn't feel great, but that bottom part and the contraction of the lat felt unbelievable. So there definitely are some pros to working in a hotel, and it also makes you be a bit creative and come up with different ideas and ways to do exercises, which I quite enjoy as well, and just changes up that scenery a little bit. So I then moved on to a superset of straight arm pull downs, which you're seeing now, for a set of 20. And then I superset that with a pec fly. So usually I would do a machine pec fly. I'm not a massive fan of dumbbell flies. They just don't feel great on my shoulders. And also I just don't get it in my chest for whatever reason. So these pull downs, though, I'm loving those. So the key to the pull down is to relax your hands. Keep your elbows up nice and high, and think about pushing past your body like you're skiing. And this set here of pec flies, even though I was doing sets of 20, which were meant to be straight sets, I was going as heavy as I could for around about 10 or 12 reps, and then dropping the weight as necessary to get the rest of the reps out. And I think on this set I may have even dropped it twice. but just focusing on keeping the shoulder blades pinned back into the bench, basically pretending like I'm hugging a barrel. So keeping that same arch with the hands and the arms the whole way throughout the set, shoulders pinned, and just squeezing that chest as much as I can. Finished off the session with 2 bicep exercises. I only got one of those on camera because the other one I did film, but the angle was just horrible and the lighting was really bad, so I just left it out. But first one was 4 sets of seated dumbbell curls. So what I was doing there was 6 to 8 reps with a heavy weight. So I was using 20 or 22.5 kilos. Again, the pounds kind of throws me off a little bit. I'm basically just guessing, but so about 20 to 22.5 kilos for 8 each side on the dumbbell curls, and then straight after I do those 8, I then pick up a lighter weight and do another 6 each side. So I really like that. I really like going heavy and then picking up a lighter weight, and by light I mean nearly half the weight. I think I was doing 10 or 12 kilos for an extra 6 at the end of each set. And the last bicep exercise was just cable curls, straight bar cable curls, 4 sets of 15, and that was the end of the session. But all in all, it was a really good session, guys. There's plenty you can do in a hotel gym. People that say you can't do enough, it's just making excuses. But this did have a good amount of equipment, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be training in here a little bit over the next week at this Airbnb. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video today and my commentary.